What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the DX Gamer Show and my Stardrive Let's Play. My name's OperationDx, and we're here on Wednesday, April 24th, 2013. Okay, guys, here's the deal. We're starting over. And the reason why we're starting over is because the video quality on the first two episodes of my Stardrive Let's Play were definitely not up to spec. And it was about time that I figured out how to improve the video quality at 1080p so you guys can actually see the text and see what's going on. It's particularly important with this game. And you may ask, well, why not just continue on with the old play with higher quality? And that's because I actually already recorded 2 hours worth of video with no mouse and the bad quality. So that's the other thing. We had no mouse pointer, and I think that's also important to have here in this game. So to attempt to make it up to you guys, this first episode is going to run for a half an hour. Every episode after this is going to be 15 minutes, but this first one is going to be a half an hour, and I'll try to knock out all that preliminary stuff that I did in the beginning. But we are essentially going to start over completely. We're going to rebuild the ships, we're going to do everything all over again. So I hope that you guys enjoy my efforts and the better quality video, and let's go ahead and get started here. Once again, we are playing as the humans. We're playing on a large map, and I set the research and production to 200% to slow them down a little bit. I like to play the little slower the games. Another thing is you won't see me speed up time too often in the game. In this game, it's possible to speed up time to basically accelerate things that when you have a little bit of downtime, which doesn't tend to happen for me too often because I'm usually doing about 10 things at once. If you didn't see my first Let's Play, it's okay because I'm going to go ahead and explain everything all over again. So, what I'm doing here is I'm building a few custom ships to start off with. So that first ship I built was a scout, and what I did basically was I took the basic scout that you get as a core design, and I added just warp engines to it. The reason why I do this is because I want them to be able to get to each star system really quickly. They're not going to be engaging in combat. Even though I did add guns onto them, they're not going to be in combat. They're basically there to scout. So I want them to be able to get to each location as fast as possible. And you'll see in this first episode that it will play a critical role, and I'll basically start unlocking anomalies, and my whole thing is to beat the other races to all the anomalies, or as many anomalies as possible. The next ship I built here was the colony ship, and here is the transport ship. I'm doing the same thing to these guys. I'm basically just adding more warp engines so they can travel really quick in warp speed and get to where they need to go. The whole design philosophy behind the scouts, the colony ship, and the transports is I want them to be able to get to the location as fast as possible. Their subwarp turning radius or speed is not very important to me. It's much more critical that they can get to the location faster, and then they'll have a little trouble maneuvering around when they get in system. In my opinion, that is an acceptable trade-off, especially on a large map. The large map basically makes the stars further apart, so when they travel and warp, it takes them longer to get to those locations. So it's critical to be able to get there quickly and do what they need to do. Colonize, drop off stuff, whatever. And then the final ship I'm designing here, which I did show in my first Let's Play, is I'm doing a bomber, and I'm using the freighter hull. This ship is essentially defenseless, and you basically want to take out all your enemies before you jump this ship into combat. Basically, all its role is to bombard a planet and knock people out of position. So basically, this thing is important to have early on in the game, and you may not think to use the freighter hull as a bomber, but I use it so I can get a bomber really quickly, and you'll see how that is going to play a role, and it plays into my particular strategy because I don't wait around for technologies to research. I go after the game as fast as possible. So again, like clockwork, I picked the exact same technologies: interstellar governance with the industrial technology, the farming technology, and then immediately after, the research technology. Now that we have our ships designed and our research going, it's time to start building the most critical thing you need to do in the first stages of this game. As I described in the first Let's Play, the first thing we want to build is scouts. You want to get at least 4 of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to build 3. We're going to refit the one you start with. Then we're going to build 3 troop ships to capture the anomalies, 2 colony ships after that, and then 16 fighters. You want your main planet to be building all these things right in the beginning so that you have your anomaly catchers, you have a fleet immediately afterwards, and then after those finish, we're going to build about 10 or 12 bombers. And that's going to put us right into position to start getting things done, whether we need to attack another race or if we just need to knock out the Guardians in the other star system. Well, we'll be seeing that in a little bit. Then, based on the anomalies that we get, it's definitely going to play a role in our future strategy, and we'll play it from there. Next, we have to get our spies going. These are critical if you want to protect your technologies and stop spies from stealing stuff from other races, because they do use them aggressively. Also, if you want to go after other races with your spies, it's really important to get that started. They cost a little bit in the beginning. They're 250 a piece, and it's important to get them training get them to level up so they can protect your empire from invading spies. So if you follow this strategy in the beginning, everything naturally flows from one thing to the next. So now we have scouts that are already built, and we're going to send them off to explore, and very shortly we're going to see some anomalies popping up on the info bar on the right side of the screen. And that is pretty much where the hunt begins, and we are going to aggressively go after the anomalies. Bam! There is already anomaly, which means there was an anomaly in the system immediately next to us, which means it's probably pretty close. Now we're going to get our last couple of scouts out and exploring, and we're going to go ahead and zoom out, and we're going to take a look at what that first anomaly is. We're going to go down to the planet's surface and see what's going on. Okay, so that is a crashed ship. During the last Let's Play, I got extremely lucky, and I kept getting free cruisers. It was insane. Hopefully I can get that going again in this game. And what I do with anomalies, I also explained this in the last Let's Play, but if you didn't watch that, I prioritize the anomalies by keeping them in the right info bar. That basically tells me which ones are important, which ones aren't important. I don't find the mines to be important. That is what you just saw. So it appears there's an anomaly. There's 2 anomalies. There's 2 anomalies in my home system, and they're both uninteresting, and I probably won't go after them the entire game. The computer could probably have them if they come and eventually get this far. I doubt they will, to be honest. And here is another mine. I don't care about those, and I will just basically erase those from the info bar, telling me I've already looked at it and it's not important. So let me talk a little bit about the intro part. Typically in 4X games, I like to play as the humans. In this game, it's no exception. And every once in a while, to mix things up, I may do the custom race picks, but the humans' race picks are perfect for my strategy, and it works for me. They got the industrious thing, they get a little bit more money, they're a little bit more research, and they start with that, pretty much capital ship that gives you a little bit of an edge, and that's important, and it will play a role later on when we start moving against the Guardians of the systems. Alright, so the next step in my plan here is I'm waiting for my troops to get out. So my Marines, when they get built, they come out on the planet's surface, and basically you need to launch them up into orbit. And then if you haven't found anything of value, you just want to spread your Marines out and put them in logical places where you think you might uncover anomalies. Alright, we checked out that wreck. We got a free technology, the ion cannon. Pretty awesome. Again, we're using a trick when we drop our Marines on the planets that is, like I explained in the last one, a little bit exploitish. I don't know if it's intended to work this way. It's fine if it does. It kind of makes things interesting. But basically what happens is when you drop a Marine troop on the anomaly, some monsters come out to come tag you, and they usually will kill your Marine if you leave them there. I usually launch my Marine up in orbit before their feet even touch the ground, and then bam, you have a whole army down there that basically doesn't do any damage to your Marine, and then you're able to move off to the next anomaly. And that is really convenient because it allows you to do this exact type of strategy where you just hit and run, hit and run, hit and run. And if you just try to get as many as you possibly can. And I'm even more aggressive in this game than I was in the first Let's Play. I'm going to try to get them all. I'm going to try to deny the other races as many anomalies as I possibly can. And then again, here, we're just waiting for that third and final troop to pop out and finish building, and there he is. We're going to send him up into orbit, and now we got our full crew out. We got our 4 scouts, our 3 Marines, and now we have fighters building. So let's hope we get a couple of free cruisers. That would be epic, like last game, and then we'll be able to run the show again. So let me go ahead and define my strategy. What I like to do is I like to kick back, get all the anomalies, and then afterwards I'll start hunting down for the planets. Now, my planet grab usually takes place after I've uncovered all the anomalies and I've already figured out where they all are, and then I start making my way. Now, my first planet grab may be another race's homeworld. It depends on what goes on. If I have a large fleet, I may just take a race out, bam, right from the beginning. If that doesn't work out, I'll go after one of the Guardian places. And of course, I'll have to check locally to see if I have any good planets around me. That's something else I'll do. So basically, 1, if there's good planets around me, I'll go after those. 2, if I have a large fleet, I'll pretty much wipe out a race or 2 from the beginning of the game. And 3, I'm pretty much going to seek out the most effective planets in the entire game. I don't follow any defined rules. I basically look out for the best planets in the galaxy. And awesome. Okay, so we just got another technology from a crashed wreck. Not quite as cool as the last game where we were unlocking a bunch of ships, and then you saw the entire troops deploy on the ground there, and I basically just lifted off, and off we are again to find the next anomaly. So what did you guys think about the intro music? I went ahead and I wrote that song tonight so that I can pretty much start this over and then have a song that is specifically written for this game and not rip off one of my other promo songs that I was basically doing for the beginning one. I pretty much cut it and stuck it in there, and I thought it was kind of fitting, but then I decided I wanted to write a custom song for the intro of this Let's Play series, so I went ahead and I did that. I was able to jam it out real quick, and I kind of liked how it turned out. You guys can let me know what you think about it, and then we can use the other one if you'd like it better. But I even redid the intro. If you notice, the intro is different. I recorded it with the higher quality recording now that I'm using, the higher quality compression and stuff, and I've really got that all worked out. I hope this video is basically going to define that. Awesome. Okay, so 2 successes on my training, and then we're going to go back here and send those guys off on another training mission. And again, it costs 50 gold for each guy to send out in a training mission. And in these beginning stages, because I'm building so many ships, I'm probably going to run into a bit of a negative budget, and then we'll start worrying about capturing other planets and stuff. But I don't believe my homeworld is fully populated right now, so there's still a little stretch room for my budget. And I don't usually rush build things too often in this game. I just let things go. And we've found our first race, the Dreylock Council. Good luck to you guys. Hope you survive my first wave of invading armies. Just kidding. Who knows how this is going to go down. Alright, so we found another anomaly. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what goodies we have found. And pretty much, like I said before, we are after the coffins, and the crashed ships are my highest priority. Those are definitely the coolest of the cool, and they give you the best stuff. Basically, the mines just give you, I think, better mining, and they spawn armies, which destroy your troops and your colonies, so forget that noise. Ooh. Wow, that's really early in the game. That's amazing. Okay, so here's one of those things that I freaking love, and it's reminiscent of Masters of Orion 2, and that is the hyperspace flux. Now, this is where I make an exception to accelerate time. So I'm going to go ahead, and you can see up in the corner, you see ×3 time, and we're speeding up time so we can pretty much knock out that hyperspace flux. It's so early in the game that it's just annoying. To be honest, I like that it's there. I love that we get random events and stuff, but it's so early. It's like, what the crap, man? This is whatever. But it gives us time to do some other things there. So we had 1 failure and 1 success again with our spies, and we're just going to go ahead, turn them around again, and send them on a mission, which is great. So you see I've got a level 3 spy and a level 4 spy, and that is going to keep me pretty well protected from the enemies, because I doubt this early in the game they have anything that's going to be able to penetrate that. Although it's random. I'm sure it's based on some kind of roll or whatever, whether they succeed or fail. But the higher the level of spy, the less likely you're going to lose stuff. And I can't tell you how much I hate to lose critical things as a race. You think of yourself like trudging through the galaxy, and then you get a technology stolen from you. That's so bad, especially if it's a good one, and it puts them on par with you. But then again, you can turn the tables on them, and if you're behind, you can steal stuff from them if your spies are good enough. And that's why it's really important to get those things going early on in the beginning of the game, and we can just knock that out. 2 more successes. Yeah, we're doing quite good with our spies. That, of course, happened really quickly because we sped up time, and like I said, it's not something I'm going to do very often, especially with all this stuff going on. Okay, and the second player is the Courtesan Collective, the crazy owl-controlling, weird wall-hanging creature dude. It's awesome. I love that one. So there should be 2 or 3 more races we should encounter. I don't know if it's including me as 5 or if it's... I can't remember. So there's 5 total. I don't know if that includes me. So we're either going to encounter 2 more or 3 more races. And I hope we get the Space Ninja Pandas, because they're awesome. Okay, we've got 2 troop ships approaching 2 different anomalies at once. This is always kind of how it goes down for me, as I'm really super aggressive on it. So we're going to get that one. You'll notice that I don't send them directly to the planet because they tend to jump out of the warp a little too early. See that with a blue line? And now I just put it to the side there with a green line. I like them to exit warp right on top of the planet so I can immediately send them down to the surface, immediately pop them off, and send them off to the next destination. So that's why I do that. And, of course, this is also guarded by some Guardians, and they'll warp in, and they'll knock you out quick. They can bust this kind of ship very rapidly. All right, so crash ship, and bam! So we got our first free cruiser, and we're already on our way. So what's kind of nice is with that particular race pick that I get, we got the starting capital ship, and now we have a heavy drone ship with the shields and higher technologies. And here's another one of those things that can... this is a big one. So plus 10% to my troops, plus 10% to my research, empire-wide for both. What's up? That's killer, man. That's one of the better, if not one of the best ones you can possibly get. So with that particular bonus, especially the 10% to research, it plays into my playstyle, because what I like to do is, even though I'm slightly behind in the beginning with research as they're getting other and more technologies than me, because I'm getting some of the more expensive ones, if you get the research technologies early on, it boosts your research huge, and then you have that bonus throughout the entire game. And that's something that I think some people might miss. With you get that extra research all the way through the game, you start passing people up, and then you become super powerful. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I got that free cruiser drone ship, and I'm basically sending it back to my homeworld, where it can sit next to my cruiser ship in preparation for future operations. Now, there are Guardians in this particular system, and I'm not interested at all in fighting them. I want to gather my forces, and then maybe I'll engage Guardians that are worthwhile. Fighting them in that particular system would be a complete waste, and I would probably lose my ship. No thank you. I'm keeping my awesome ship. Yes, sir. So because this particular part of the quadrant is largely explored, or there's anomalies I'm not interested in, you'll see me strategically try to place my troop ships. If there's unexplored systems, I basically they're always on the move, always running, and there you go. See, I've got that one troop ship sitting right next to the Courtesan homeworld, and I can fly that guy over and sneak out and grab that anomaly. That's an anomaly that they should definitely have gotten, and because I've been on the ball and super aggressive, they're not going to get it, and I'm going to deny it to them. And just a note for the future of this Let's Play, I'm probably quite frequently going to mispronounce the race's actual names. I do that quite often with a bunch of different games. It's because I'm used to the names in certain games, and like it's just, they crossbreed in my brain, and I just say the wrong thing. So you'll have to forgive me of that. The only alternative to that is me giving them pet names, like the Owl Dudes and the Crazy Skeleton Chick. So, I mean, there you go. The Courtesan Collective. Yeah, I don't know if I'm saying that properly. Okay, so they want a non-aggression pact. Sure, why not? Let's go ahead and do that, and that will save me from fighting them right off in the beginning. We're not to the point where they're actually raising their fear bar. We've only got... yes. I like this. I wish there was more of this stuff in the game. Make more of this stuff in the game. I think this is probably for a race that isn't quite done, I guess. I don't know. But it's kind of like choose your own adventure kind of thing. And I just failed this miserably. Basically, I tried to communicate with them, and then I sent a shuttle over to them to try to, make first contact or whatever. And they killed my people. Yep, that's pretty much how it goes. And then there's the other one that we'll probably see. There's always those two in the game, every game. And they'll be the pirate guys. And depending on how much money I am, just to save myself some grief, I'm going to pay them. Because if you don't give them the 250 gold they ask for or whatever, they will send a 3-ship fleet off to your home system and just cause you some grief. So it's just a good idea to just outright pay them and move on and not worry about it. Okay, so we have another crash ship, and yes. So, we've got our second heavy drone cruiser. We're really on top of this. We're nailing all these anomalies really quickly in the first 22 minutes of the game or so. So I'm really hoping by doing this boost of a half an hour first episode of my Let's Play, we'll get to the point where the next episode there's going to be some combat involved, because you guys had to bear with 2 15-minute episodes where there was not really a lot of action. There is a lot of stuff going on. We're hunting anomalies, but you saw that in the last one. This time you get to see it in HD. Yes, I'm so glad I got that worked out. But I do want to get combat rolling out here really soon, and you can see how fast and rapidly I'm exploring the system here, unlocking anomalies or uncovering anomalies and opening up systems. And I'm pretty much very shortly going to see every planet in the entire galaxy, and then I will be able to basically pick and choose which ones are the best. And by doing this really rapidly, you really deny the AI some things that can really kind of make them so much more powerful than you, and I try to deny them that. It's the scary wolf rat Imperium, the Volfrin. Oh no. Yeah, these guys are the combat guys. They always usually cause trouble. They usually don't like anybody, and they usually blow everybody up. They're perfect for a game like this. You got to have definitely some kind of volatile mix, a wrench in the gears per se. It's always a good thing. Okay, so here's one of my very few complaints about Stardrive. Okay, so you saw how that planet dropped down on the side, basically telling me that there's an anomaly around. When I double-clicked that, it cleared that anomaly from my info bar. I really wish you would have to right-click the stuff on the right side to clear the info bar, because I use that as a intelligence gathering tool to basically let me know what I need to keep and what I don't need to keep. So that'd be really nice if something like that was added to the game. I would like it. Thank you. So again, we kind of have a trooper ship basically not really doing much, kind of sitting in the middle of nowhere, and we want to keep him moving and strategically place him in locations where I haven't uncovered the map yet, because it'll be done very rapidly. If you pretty much watch the map, you can see my little scouts just scooting all over the map and stuff, and they're basically just unlocking and unlocking and unlocking, and we just want to basically stay on top of that as good as we possibly can. We've done a pretty good job of that. We've got some pretty awesome stuff so far. Okay, is this our final race, the relay devoted, the Cthulian race? That could be it. We might have the full pack in picture. I'll have to take a look at the diplomacy screen in a little while to see if we have everybody uncovered and pretty much have a good idea of how this game is going to play out. We'll take a look at the diplomacy screen to kind of see what anomalies we got, what anomalies they got, and we'll take a look at that a little bit later. But we are on the hunt. We're getting everything we can. So look, here is another one from the relay. They basically should have captured this one, especially at this point in the game, but perhaps I'm just so overwhelmingly aggressive on these kind of things. And ooh, there's 2 anomalies in the system: a crash ship and a coffin. That is a really good setup. They probably could have had some awesome anomalies, but nope. No, sir. I'm going to get them, and I'm just going to deny as many as possible. So you can really see my strategy unfolding here, where I have troop ships in the key locations as they become uncovered, and it's such a great thing to have that. So you see, I have the one troop ship next to the relay homeworld. Actually, it's not their homeworld, it's their secondary world. And then I've got one kind of to the right, heading up north on the map, and as those things uncover, I'm probably going to be in perfect position to grab whatever is available there. And now we're just moving our troop ship into position. He's just going to grab, there's 3 anomalies in this area. That's crazy. We're probably going to get some crazy stuff that those guys, the Cthulian guys, could have used against me. And let's just see in a few minutes here what it is they would have had to use against me. I'm thinking there's probably another ship in there, and then I'll have my, 4th big ship? Yeah, I'm crossing my fingers because I think, and that'll put us back actually to pretty much where I was in the last Let's Play, and we'll be right back on track, pretty much almost doing the same thing, although we did get that freaking killer artifact that gave us the 10% combat bonus and the 10% research bonus. Although in the last one I did get a 10% diplomacy bonus and a 10% research bonus. So it's all cool, man. You just get as many of these as you can, and it's awesome. Another thing you see me do is I pause the game as I land to, holy crap, that is another 10% research bonus, and I do believe those stack. So we now have a 20% research bonus, on top of the fact that I'm actually playing the research card, where I'm actually getting the research center. It's going to be out of control. We're just going to be running the show again. We're running the show. Okay, and we have another crash ship. And we have another cruiser. We're actually, is this ahead or the same? So we have 3 drone cruisers now in our main ship. That is pretty much what we had last game. So we have, actually, we're in a better situation this game than we were in the last game. So I'm actually glad we started over. Awesome. So not only do you get to watch awesome spaceships in high definition, you get to watch me dominate even harder than I was going to originally. Woot, 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 and, oh yeah, woot. So let's go ahead and get this nice extra cruiser on its way back to my homeworld where they can stack up, and then I have some decisions to make. And then, of course, we're going to have to revisit the homeworld here in a little bit and make sure we get our bomber started to build. But let's continue and grab anomalies, and we have another coffin. Yes! That is going to be something awesome, I predict. No, it's probably just going to be money because, dude, it's already out of control. What possibly else could I get at this point? I don't know. So that was kind of a peculiar and interesting message. It looks like the Cthulian guys, the relay, just got exterminated on one of their planets. I suspect that they tried to uncover that mine anomaly, and they just got their little planet wiped out. What a shame. What do we have here? Oh, yeah, that's what I expected. The game can't possibly give me any more goodness. That was just an extra 750 credits, which will come in handy if I want to train some more spies, bring them on missions. I'll probably get a couple more spies going in a little bit here. I'm not sure if that's going to happen this episode, and it looks like we're going to have to redirect this troop ship because we pretty much have all these planets uncovered here, and there's no anomalies to be found. So let's go ahead and I'm going to change the direction of this guy. We'll send him here. Yes. And we're pretty much we're drying up here on anomalies. We're pretty much have them all. Okay, so another it's another crash ship. What? Yeah, that's gonna be crazy if that's another real ship. We'll see. There's a bunch of other planets up here to uncover too, so we'll see what's what here in a little bit. I'm curious to see if I'll be able to unlock some remnant technology. Oh, here's the thing. We're just going to pay these dudes the 250 credits, and they'll basically leave us alone. We'll go kill them later. They got this really powerful asteroid base, and we'll seek that out and take them down later, or we'll just leave them alone. But yeah, it's much better to just pay those dudes and have them not give you that grief. But yeah, I really hope to unlock some remnant stuff. I love the little power generators, but I think they did get nerfed a little bit. Such a shame. They were super powerful. perhaps a little OP, but I really do like them, and hopefully we can unlock them into a couple of those remnant technologies. Well, guys, I had to stay up half the night to get you guys this half-an-hour episode, but I worked hard, but we're pretty much at the end of it. Thank you for watching the DX Gamer Show and my Stardrive Let's Play. I'll see you guys next time for the next episode. See ya!